Hello, young artists. Mrs. Kirk here. I'm going to demonstrate how to create a foreshortening drawing that I like to call falling. It looks like you're falling. Here we go. Okay, for this drawing, I'm going to use a marker, permanent marker, and 2 pieces of paper this size. This is just a regular size piece of paper, and I have another one ready to go. All right, set that one aside. First, I'm going to trace my hands on both sides of the paper. My goal is to create enough space for the rest of this falling self-portrait. Here's an example. Okay, and you can see I've traced my hands in this way and left space in the middle. So let's do this now. Here we go. Easy peasy. Don't worry if your hands aren't completely on the paper, if your fingers are off the edge a little. That's fine. Totally fine. You may get a little bit of marker on your hands, so just be aware. I don't mind. I'm always covered in marker and paint and all sorts of silly art things. Okay, I have to do my other hand. This is always kind of tricky for me because I'm right-handed and I have to draw with my left hand. Now I want to put it kind of down and off to the, no, you know what? Yeah, right about there. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. Notice how I turned my paper a little bit. Normally I keep it the landscape way. I'm going to turn it just a little to help make it easier to trace. Here we go. You may go off the edge, so you might want to put something underneath so that you don't draw on your desk or table by accident. All right, next we're going to add in the head, and this one is a snorkeling, like I'm falling into the ocean, but you do what you want for that. So I'm going to do my silly snorkel self. And when I'm snorkeling or diving, my hair always gets a little crazy. Even though I try to keep it in a headband, my hair just tends to float away with the fishes. There, we'll add some little bangs. Yep. And then I'm going to add a mask, a dive mask, which can just be a nice thick oval. Okay. Add some texture lines here. Maybe some reflection on the mask, like that. Bring the side of the head down. A little ear. Again, side of the head. A little ear. And then I'm going to do a couple of curved lines for the jaw and the chin. If you do a small black oval, it's going to look a bit like the mouthpiece on a snorkel. And then you can just come around and up like this. A snorkel is kind of like a big straw. Okay, let's do a little neck here. And now we're going to do the foreshortening. Because this is small, the hands are big, we want it to look like we're falling. So let's think about where your arm connects to your hand. Okay, so that's from the top of the shoulder. Now do one from the armpit, put a little dot, make sure it's right, and draw it down and in like that. And the body's going to come down this way. I'm not going to finish that part just yet. I'm going to go to the other side and shoulder, and then it's going to come down kind of like this, and then armpit, down like that. And if you want to really make it pop out like an arm, add sort of like a little wristband. This would be where my wetsuit would end. I can add another one here. I like to do these lines as curved lines. I think it really helps to emphasize that that is an arm and a wrist. Okay? You can add some little lines like in the inside of your hands. Through here. Gives it nice little detail, some nice touches. There. Easy peasy. I know I'm moving quickly, but of course you can pause this video, so that's why I'm just going to draw fairly quickly for this. Now I'm going to need some feet, and I like to use my flip-flops. I'm reaching over for an example right now. I like to actually trace my flip-flops and then add fins on the top and draw the legs connected to them. So when I'm done, I'm putting these two pieces of paper together to work. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on this. You want to just kind of bring the body down sort of long, kind of silly, that's fine. And then the legs start to get wide as they meet up with the feet or the shoes. Wow, I've gone through a lot of paper this week, guys, doing this drawing. So much fun. Okay, so here we go. If I wanted to connect it, move it down, second piece of paper. And on this paper, I would actually trace my shoes. My shoes are too big for this paper, so if yours are too big, you can either draw it out like I'm going to do right now, or you can pick a little brother or little sister that maybe has some slightly smaller feet. But this is going to be like dive fins, so I can make them kind of funny anyway, right? These are my dive fins. They strap onto my feet. They make me go really, really fast. And then, keeping an eye on this, of course, there's a leg. Let's connect it by drawing from the heel up to the leg, and then from this area, the little knee here, down to the ankle. And again, you can put the little like wetsuit cuff on here. And we're seeing the bottom. There may be some patterns on the bottom of this little dive fin. Some people call these flippers, but in the world of diving, we call them a dive fin, like a fish fin. Okay, so now I've got it connected together. Let me do the other one, and then I'll pull the camera up so you can see a better image of the whole thing. And when I was done with this, I would tape it on the back side, not on this side. I would tape it on the back side of the paper, and that will really help to not get in the way of my drawing. All right, here we go. I'm going to let go of that one for a minute. Just like a fish fin. This one goes off the paper a little bit. You got these little edges that flap around under the water, so it's always going to be way bigger than your foot. I like to put some extra lines. I'm going to do patterns just like on the other side. And then I need to connect it up to the leg. So making sure it's still together. Draw the inside line all the way down to the heel. And the outside line is going to be the ankle. Nice and big. We want these fins to look like they're coming at you. I've just jumped in the water. I put my hands and my fins out first, and I went splash into the ocean with all of the fishes. There we go. All right. Let me raise this camera up just a bit so that you can see this a little better. I know I can't quite get all the way, but I get pretty close. Okay, sorry for the wobble. There we go. So when I line it up, I've got the fun hands jumping into the water out in front of me, and then I will tape it to the bottom where I have the feet and the fins splashing into the water. Of course, I could add some fish around this, some really fun details. And if you want to do another type of jumping or falling drawing, all you have to do is change up what your person is wearing, right? Are you skydiving? Are you jumping on a trampoline? Are you jumping into the pool? You might be wearing something different, and you'll want to change it up just a little bit. All right, let's wrap it up. I hope you had so much fun drawing with me, and I hope this helped you out if you were struggling a little bit with that falling project. Again, this is called foreshortening, and it is an illusion that we create in art to make things look like they are really close to you and really far away but connected, right? My arm is still connected to my body, but look, ooh, my hands look two totally different sizes. Foreshortening, that's the word. All right, have fun adding some color to this, some details using those elements of art that make your work so fabulous. Mrs. Kirk again. Bye for now.